Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. We're going to talk about real world events. I got to give a shout out to BDDA 2020. Thanks for watching. And we're going to start with the 1 hour chart. We're sitting here just under 51 cents right now. And you know what I noticed? Even if we drop a penny or two, right away, people in the crypto space are like, that's it. It's dumping out once again. I'm not here for the 1 or 2 cent moves on XRP. I'm here for when XRP finally takes off and surpasses $1 and beyond. And I know that time is definitely coming. So U.S. Congressman Ronnie Jackson says CBDC is a Trojan horse for the global elites in response to House Majority Whip Tom Emmer's push towards the passage of a new bill. Ronnie Jackson shared his support for the fight against CBDC. And we see politician after politician fighting back against this. But are they too late? That's the big question. And you know, I look at another Trojan horse around crypto as well. I'm talking about BlackRock and Bitcoin. I see BlackRock as a Trojan horse coming to keep Bitcoin down, take control of Bitcoin in the future. But you'll listen to these Bitcoin maxis and they're like, oh, that's game changing. BlackRock is going to buy up all this Bitcoin and the price is going to skyrocket like never before. But I don't think that's the plan for BlackRock. You got to remember, they're tied to the World Economic Forum and the central banks of the world. They could care less about the retail investor. Ripple founder Larson explaining London and Singapore have replaced San Francisco for blockchain, given poor U.S. regulation. You know what's really sad in the United States is that some of these cities could have emerged and became something so great. I'm talking about innovation, striving, crypto moving forward in this country, people relocating to some of these cities for work, the next innovation hub, the next Web3 hub. But instead, we're watching innovation walk right out of the U.S. and go into other countries all around the world. Those countries are going to emerge with some of the best economies in the world because they're opening their arms to innovation. Expert says Ripple not abandoning XRP. Now, this comes from Crypto Eddie. The first factor she highlighted was that Ripple itself is a large holder of XRP. Given that the payment firm owns XRP in billions, it may not be logical that it abandons XRP for other cryptocurrencies for cross-border payment services. Also, Crypto Eddie highlighted a past statement from Ripple's Chief Technology Officer, David Schwartz, where he reportedly said Ripple's XRP holding serves as a strategic weapon. And you know, I don't think Ripple is ditching XRP at all. The fact that XRP isn't involved with the crypto hub, I think that more ties in with Ripple and the SEC still. The SEC is still holding Ripple back in some ways. Once that all wraps up, I know XRP is going to be part of Liquidity Hub. And there's no reason Brad would ever ditch XRP. How many times has he said it's at the core of everything around Ripple? But yet people are still saying the same thing. I told you Ripple doesn't need XRP. They're not going to use XRP for this. They're not going to use it for that. Listen, there's no alternative to XRP. It's going to move the world's money. Either you buy this cryptocurrency or you don't. And then you could get left behind and cry all day all over crypto Twitter that you got left behind. You should have listened to people. Now's the time to listen to people while the price is still sitting around 50 cents. Ramaswamy woos pro-crypto voters, says he'll build new policy framework for digital assets. And we're going to see more talk of this all throughout 2024. Some politicians are already embracing crypto, going out there and saying they support Bitcoin, they support digital assets, they want innovation to strive in this country. And those are the politicians, I think, that are going to win the upcoming elections. And whoever wins, I don't care who it is, they need to get rid of this guy right here. Take a listen.
The securities laws apply to crypto security tokens, and there's nothing incompatible with those tokens with the securities laws. Investors still benefit from disclosure, and investors get to choose based on that disclosure. Investors benefit from laws against fraud and manipulation and other conflicts in the markets. And we've just seen so many people hurt and lost their money, hoping for a better future. And there's so many hucksters and fraudsters in this field.
You know how many people lost their money because of this guy right here turning a blind eye to FTX? Why doesn't he talk nice and slow about that? How he screwed over the retail investor. And a lot of people left crypto for good because of him right there. But no, he's always trying to crush crypto because he's working for the people that are pulling his strings and lining his pockets. I hope whoever becomes the next set of politicians, whoever gets elected into office, their first thing that they should do is get rid of Gary Gensler. The next crypto bull run will be like nothing we've seen before. And these are the 3 reasons right here. So we see dumb money following smart money is still dumb. One of the most common mistakes prospective investors make, regardless of the target market, is outsourcing critical thinking skills instead of developing their own. Most investors would rather follow someone else's investment decisions instead of doing their own analysis. That's not to say there is anything wrong with seeking the guidance of someone with more experience. However, it's important to remember that finance, goals, and risk appetite vary from person to person. Honestly, you need to follow people that actually care about you, that don't want to see you lose all your money. Follow people that are invested in the same cryptocurrencies that you're invested in. And that way, at least if you get rich, they get rich as well. Instead of just some guy telling you, here, this is the next 100x cryptocurrency. Put all your money in it. You're going to make a ton of cash. And then what happens? That person makes the money, it rug pulls, and it leaves you broke. That's the biggest problem in crypto right now. There's new coins all the time, and there's people shilling them all the time. Do you know why I talk about XRP? Because I know it's a safe investment. I'm not playing with your money. And you know what? I don't get rich unless you get rich. We're both in this together, and that's the way I look at it. Crypto's tiny. As I write this article, the crypto market capitalization is hovering around $1 trillion. By all accounts, this is an outrageously large number for an asset class, still unacknowledged by some of the nation's elite. However, it pales comparison to the vast majority of other asset classes. For context, the U.S. stock market cap is about $47 trillion. While Apple alone, with a market cap of $3 trillion, is roughly 3 times larger than the entirety of crypto. Anybody that still is hoping to get rich in the stock market is just fooling themselves at this point, unless they're already going in there with a lot of money. I mean, the average everyday working 9-to-5 guy is never going to make money in the stock market. Let's face it, it's rigged against me and you. Utility. Perhaps the most significant change that has occurred over the last market cycle is the influx of use cases that have finally come to fruition. The overwhelming success and adoption of non-fungible tokens in the world of art and ticketing, and the likes of Gucci, El Salvador, and the world's most prestigious brands and countries deeming cryptocurrency legitimate currency. Web3 is no longer possible. It's happening. Various breakthroughs in decentralized technologies have largely addressed the initial limitations of many decentralized protocols. The emergence of proof of stake and its many derivatives have enabled builders to put decentralized technology in the hands of consumers and drastically expand their applications. What's really going on is utility is starting to take over. Real world use cases starting to take over. Crypto is going in that direction. Even as new investors come into crypto, I see them say all the time, what's the best utility cryptocurrency to invest in right now? And you know, you can't go wrong if you invest in the ISO cryptocurrencies. They're going to be part of the new financial system. Anybody that puts any type of money in there is definitely going to get a lot back in returns. You know, you could go in there with maybe a couple grand and walk away a millionaire at some point in the future if you hold these cryptocurrencies long enough. It's not a matter of how much crypto you have, it's a matter of how long you can continue holding it. Just in, the Pentagon has decided to exempt Ukraine operations from a potential government shutdown if lawmakers fail to reach a deal by the end of the month. This means tens of billions will continue to flow into the Ukraine regardless. Why is that even legal? You know what's really sad about this? We continue sending money overseas, and if you go to any major city inside the United States right now, there's homeless tents lining up the city's streets. I mean, I'm talking a lot of homeless people. Some are veterans that fought wars for this country, and yet we're so concerned that the government might shut down, but yet we still have enough money to keep sending money to the Ukraine. I want to know what your opinion is on that. Put it in the comments section down below. Because honestly, I think we need to start looking after the American people. We're the same people putting money into that system, into this government. And all they do is take that money and spend it up as quick as they get it. Then there's this. BRICS, Klaus Schwab, CEO of the World Economic Forum, shows some real concerns about the BRICS alliance. These countries are exercising great influence, but if they don't cooperate, we will have a lose-lose situation. And that came out on September 12th of this year. I think they're worried about the BRICS, and this is my opinion on it. I think the BRICS are fighting back against the New World Order and the Agenda 2030. And I think the World Economic Forum is now worried about that. What's your opinion on that as well? Put it in the comments section down below. The globalists, World Economic Forum, want us to be back in the Middle Ages. Poor serfs depended on elite masters for survival. No travel, no power, no means of transportation. Peasants forced to work for mere existence, while the rich elite live like kings. And that's what they want. And there's politicians here in the United States that want the same thing. They want you out of crypto. They don't think you're worthy to be holding these cryptocurrencies. And that is the other reason I want to keep holding on to my XRP for as long as possible. And that's why I will continue to invest in crypto, because I look at it as an escape from that. If you don't know by now, digital assets are the new infrastructure to banking. They don't want us in. If you trade the markets and don't understand the manipulation, then I'm sorry. Crypto is still unregulated. The FUD and manipulation to get retail out of this space is real. And I don't know where all this FUD is coming from around XRP all of a sudden. And I don't think it's just Bitcoin maxis, because I see a lot of the maxis now starting to invest in XRP. I honestly think this FUD is coming from the outside. People that are trying to shake us out of these cryptocurrencies while they still have a chance to. And the weak hands will sell. The strong hands, the people that have been holding XRP for 3, 4, 5 years, they're not going to sell. They're going to continue to hold it, but any new investors will be gone very quick. They will fall victim of the FUD. The price was suppressed for the 3 years because of the lawsuit. Even though we now have clarity, it'll take time to get past all the FUD that has hung like a dark cloud over XRP. stay strong, and hold fast. You know, that's why I always tell you, ignore everything that people are trying to tell you. They're trying to convince you that XRP is not going to be used inside the new financial system. They try to convince you you're invested in the wrong cryptocurrency. They're trying to shake you out along the way. You always have to know what you're holding. And that's why when I do these videos about XRP, I show you the growth around Ripple. And sure, that makes Ripple rich, but I also show you the growth around XRP, which countries are going to start utilizing it for on-demand liquidity, things like that, because that's how me and you get rich. I show you both sides of it. And somebody just recently asked in the comments section, should I invest in Ripple stock? I mean, listen, if you're invested in XRP, I think XRP's price is going to surpass Ripple stock in the future anyway, and I would just continue buying up XRP. Especially at these cheap prices. It's still 2 for $1. But you know, as time goes on, we're going to watch everything come together. And we're watching it now, actually. It's happening in real time. But once all the connections are made and XRP goes live all around the world, watch how fast people are priced out. Then the hardest thing is going to be, did I sell too soon? For a lot of people. You know, once they see their XRP holdings hit $1 million, that's going to be a number they're going to sell at. But if you continue holding it, maybe you get to 5 million or 10 million. Who knows what the future holds? But until we get there, we got to stay strong and stay positive. Let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.